What's poppin', baby? It's your girl Krystall Poppin here with SoundExchange, and this is SoundAdvice. What's up, guys? My name is Krystall Poppin. I'm from El Paso, Texas. A way that I would describe my sound is strong, sexy, tough. I'm starting to implement a band, so now I have like a touch of rock. It's rock with rap, and has a little bit of Spanish in it, so it definitely has like that Latin touch as well. I'm figuring out that my sound is evolving every time that I'm stepping into the booth, so I'm really excited to see where I am like in a year for sure.
As far as the creative process, what I guess motivated you to kind of start genre blending and taking these elements and putting them together to create your own unique style?
I think that ever since I was able to, ever since I had like a Walkman and, like had just earbuds and stuff, I loved music and I loved all kinds of music. I've always loved, rap for sure was like my first genre that I ever got into, and that was because of my parents. But after that, just exploring music on my own, I got into like rock on my own and just other kind of genres like that, indie, EDM, stuff like that. And I've always just had a very eclectic like playlist all the time. And I never really liked sharing my playlist with people because I was always like, I don't know if you're gonna like my music, just because of like how random it would be. But then when I started rapping, then I feel like I was starting to pull inspiration from like things that maybe you wouldn't expect a rapper to pull from, you know what I mean? So I think that has helped shape my sound, and it's also helped shape the direction that I definitely want to be in the future, for sure.
Yeah, that's so true. I don't know why there's so much pressure on like showing people the music you listen to. It's like, all right, I'm gonna play the song and I hope you like it. Yeah. I love that. You mentioned that you're also incorporating some more Spanish in your music now. Yes. How does your identity and your experience and your heritage impact your artistic style, how you express yourself creatively?
So I definitely feel like, El Paso, for those of the people who don't know, it's a border town. So I'm spending a lot of time like in the US, but as well in Juarez, Mexico. And a lot of people from there also are in El Paso all the time. You're around it. It's basically like a little Mexico, you know what I mean? So I think that having that, just growing up with it and being a part of that culture is definitely has contributed to my music as well. I just naturally wanted to put Spanish in my music just because I'm around it all the time. My family speaks it and everything. So it just felt really good. I have a song coming out soon, and it's my first time putting a all Spanish hook on it. So I'm really excited to see like what people think about that for sure. But it's really fun to kind of like showcase that fact that like I am a Mexican American.
When it comes to like building this world around your music, you have such a strong visual presence, right? Whether it's videos, whether it's fashion, like you got it on today. Like how do you go about crafting like the visual aspect to build that world around your music?
The visuals, I think it's so crazy because I do feel like when I started out, I didn't have any of that figured out. I didn't really know what my vision was going to be or what it wanted to be. I was still trying to figure out my sound, you know what I mean? So I definitely feel that through my music and finding myself through the music, it helped me find out everything else. It helped me figure out what kind of visuals I wanted for like my music videos, for my photos. It helped shape my personal style, like the style that I'm doing on stage and everything like that. So that's how I definitely feel like it's constantly growing, and I'm always looking, like I always keep my eyes open for inspiration, like whether it's just my environment around me, the people I listen to and stuff. It's definitely helping me like fine tune myself. And I just feel like this year, for some reason, it's been really like I'm starting to feel like everything I'm doing is like so me right now.
Mm-hmm. Building off of that, I love what you just said about everything you're doing is so you. Like, how or why is that authenticity so important to you in your art? Just expand on, why you that focus to bring your most authentic self and how that helps, build your community or your artistic expression.
I think authenticity is definitely important because I think the audience can tell when you're not being authentic, and it just doesn't translate well. I don't think that it lasts very long when you're not being authentic, when you're just doing what someone else is telling you to do or telling you to be, and you don't know yourself. I don't feel like it goes very far. And I have run into situations where people wanted to work with me that wanted to just manufacture me, and it didn't work out. And when I kind of like leaned into it a little bit, like, okay, let me hear you out. Let me do what you're telling me, I started getting really disconnected with the art, and it didn't feel good at all. And at the end, I was like, I don't want to, this is not what I want to do. And I stepped away from it. So I definitely feel like my goal in this whole, in my artistry is to be the most authentic master of my craft and kind of like give the world something that it doesn't have right now, like that only I can give them, and make the music that only I can make. Because if you're making music that anyone else can make, then why would people listen to you, you know? So it's so important to be yourself out here, for sure.
I love that. That's awesome. And to expand on like our Sound Advice series, you mentioned something that I think was like cool, just about how different people are trying to pull you in different directions.
Yeah.
So what would you say is probably like the worst piece of advice someone's giving you? Just like a really bad piece of advice, whether you took it, whether you didn't take it, but you look back and you're just like, that's just, no, like that's not it.
The worst piece of it, I've gotten a lot of bad advice. Let me see. Just when people are throwing like identities at you, like you should be this, and you know that's not you. That's probably maybe some of the bad advice I've gotten. Like put this on and be this character. When you know that's not you, I wasted so much time like going through that process with people in the past, where they were trying to like put me on as a certain character, and I knew I wasn't, and they wanted me to sound like a certain thing, and it just didn't feel like me, and I couldn't be that character. Like I couldn't even try to be that character for them. So don't put something on that isn't you. Like it just goes back to that previous question where it's like, if it's not you, it's not going to work. Another bad piece of advice was probably, if you know something doesn't sound good to you on the song, don't do it. Because like a lot of the times when you're doing music, you're running into situations where maybe a lot of people are involved in it and they just want you to finish it, or there's a deadline, or everyone's tired in the studio, you've been in there for hours. I would say, and then they just want to get it done. And if you know in your heart that something's not right, like change it. Like don't just go with the flow and like, all right, I'll just let them do what they want because I know everyone wants to go home. Because a song is, once it's out, you know, forever. And it's gonna always bother you for the rest of the time that you listen to it. So if you know something's not good on the song or doesn't sound right on the song, if you want to change something on a song, like do it for sure. Because at the end of the day, the product is what's gonna live on forever, not how tired everyone is in the studio, or just, you know, people are just trying to like reach a deadline, for sure.
That's dope. It's like you're standing on business.
Yeah, you have to, because it's your face, it's your music at the end of the day. You know?